Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome in to another edition of Powered Up and Plugged In. I'm Jack,
I'm Karen.
and we're
I
powered
finally
by.
get to say my own name.
Yes, you do. We're powered up by Palmore Real Estate, and we appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be with us today. Powered Up and Plugged In is a program that discusses things that's going on around our area that it kind of affects all of us.
In our community.
Yes, and today we're doing something a little bit different. On our all around town segment, we're letting you voice your opinion.
That's right.
So it should be a lot
And
of
some
fun.
of your comments that was sent to us in our Facebook group page.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
We welcome any comments or any question you might want to post out there.
Well, things going on in and around our great country. New video footage of what actually happened on January 6th has surfaced now, showing a completely different version of what the January 6th committee was portraying it to be.
Yeah, it was eye-opening.
It really was.
If you haven't watched Tucker Carlson, that's on Fox News. It has been, the last 3 nights have been very interesting, let's just say. And, I think it's great that he's exposing this.
Yes, I do too. And
It just shows that the January 6th farce
yeah, it was
committee-
a farce.
didn't tell the whole truth.
No, and they wouldn't allow the complete footage to be shown either. And there's a gentleman that you may recall that had the buffalo horns.
QAnon something.
Yeah, he's serving a 4-year jail term
Yep.
for his part in the what was supposed to be a January 6th insurrection, as they call it.
Right.
But it wasn't an insurrection because the video footage now shows where the Capitol police officers were actually escorting him to
around
different rooms and finding the ones that were unlocked.
And
So-
Schumer comes out and says, well, that's all a lie. I'm like, how can video lie? It's like, where is your mind? I
Man,
don't know.
if you haven't
Try to figure it
if you haven't seen this video footage, it is absolutely extraordinary.
It is. I mean, I was like, wow.
It opened my eyes. I'm just going, wow, what a big lie. And the funny thing about it, you had all these Democratic senators and representatives and some Republicans.
Some Republicans.
Yeah, they're all saying that it's terrible that this video was released. Now, why would they say that?
Because it doesn't adhere to their narrative. It's all about their narrative and making the American people believe something that's really not the complete truth.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
It makes them look like the liars they are.
Yes, right. So really what it's done is the Republicans that came out and said they shouldn't have released it just lets you know who they really are.
Yes, absolutely.
In my opinion, that's just, it's our opinion, it's nobody else's.
That's right. And if you haven't had a chance to see that video footage, man, tune into Tucker Carlson on Fox News if you have that channel.
I think he's done with
tonight
those,
at
but-
7 o'clock because he may rerun some of that, and it's very, very eye-opening.
Yeah.
Also, Representative Jim Jordan's House Subcommittee investigating the politicalization of the FBI and Justice Department is starting to show some very interesting things.
More and more evidence shows the 2 tiers of justice that is going on in our world, in our nation today, that some people are punished and some people aren't.
Yeah.
And then, it's
And most of it is having to do with those that are leaning conservative
Yes.
and vote conservative. They're getting, I should say, blackballed
yeah, basically.
to where their voices are not
Yeah.
heard. So that'll be interesting to see what he's coming up with. He said on the news the other night that they've got some interesting things that's supposed to be coming out. And today, Thursday, when we're taping our show, there's supposed to be some FBI whistleblowers
Yeah.
that will be appearing before his subcommittee.
I may have to listen to some of that. I don't know. I'm such a curious person.
You are.
But anyway,
Well, I wonder what everybody was doing last week when the storm blew in.
That was pretty scary.
It was very
I
scary.
mean, the alarms went off over here at our house, and Jack put me in the bathroom, in the bathtub,
And the dog.
and the dog, and he's walking around the house like nothing's going on.
Well,
and
I'm just checking to see, you know.
like, okay, we're in here and you're not.
Yeah, well, that's
Twice.
true too. There
Which
was
is okay. I'm glad he's looking after us. But
yeah, there was some storm damage reported around the area. Here in our neighborhood, we had like three houses that sustained some roof damage.
Yeah.
Not severe roof damage. They lost some shingles, but still damage is damage. I think Weatherford area got the brunt of
got
it,
a bunch, yeah.
and Azle, Springtown, they got hit
And
pretty
off
hard
on,
too.
on Beach Street, they had either a downdraft or a little tornado that touched down over there.
Yes.
If I remember, over by the QT. Mm-hmm. But I don't guess there was any major anything going on there.
I was watching my fence to see if it was going to withstand those winds that got up to about 80 miles per hour. Here, we had a report that over at the Joint Air Force Base that winds were clocked up to 100.
That's hurricane force winds. I mean,
Wow.
that's-
So I'm just hoping and praying that your home didn't sustain any damage and that everybody's okay. And for those that did suffer damage, hopefully neighbors will chip in and help get that fixed up, because really the storm season is approaching.
Is getting here. Yes, it is. And we always have sometimes a time of it. So just, we're lucky our house,
We're very lucky.
our house kind of sits, we're in a cookie cutter neighborhood. So we're surrounded by other houses. So some of the brunt of it kind of passes over us,
Well,
I think.
that's very true.
But-
That's very true. The other big thing that happened this week, 4 Americans were kidnapped and 2 were killed in Mexico. Matamoros, as a matter of fact. The 2 that survived are receiving medical treatment at a Brownsville hospital.
Yeah, the 2 that were alive, they put them in a shack somewhere in Matamoros, and they were tortured while they were there, but
Yeah.
they finally got them. So now they're in the hospital. Hopefully they recover from their injuries. And
And one thing I do want to tell you, that if you're a parent and you have a college student that's planning on taking spring break down around South Padre Island, the government has issued a travel advisory
yes,
for that area. Excuse me, for that area.
I wouldn't let my kid go down there.
Because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Matamoros.
Oh, it is.
Where all this stuff
we used to
happened.
go there on vacation and just hop over, and it was calmer.
Yeah.
Way back when.
So if you have a college student that actually is going to be taking spring break somewhere, man, just I don't know if I'd let
wouldn't.
mine go.
No, don't
not
do it.
right now.
It's too
I really
dangerous down there right now.
don't. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Some of the things going on in and around our country. We're excited about this week's All Around Town feature. Instead of having an interview
Yeah.
that we normally have, we thought we would ask a question on our Facebook group page that some of you answered, and we wanted to feature those answers because your voice is the most important thing to us on this show. So
That's right.
we thought we would do that. Let's take a look at this week's edition of All Around Town and see what it's all about. And we're back.
And we're back.
We are back. On our Facebook group page, which is Powered Up and Plugged In, it's very easy for you to get to if you're on Facebook. Just go up and hit search, type in Powered Up and Plugged In. It'll take you to our site. Join us because we're going to be asking a lot more questions in the future, giving you an opportunity to voice your opinion. But over the last few days, I posted something that asked the question, what do you think is the biggest obstacle facing your community or this country today?
And we'll start it off. Bianca Harper Kelly, we know her as B, said she thinks it's the opioid crisis. And she says the numbers are astonishing. How many people overdose every single day? And they've clocked it at 100,000. I don't know if it's annually. I think it's a year.
It's a year.
And the comparison that somebody made the other day was that was the amount of people we lost in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And we're doing absolutely nothing about it.
Nothing about it. The southern border is still wide open. They're still bringing tons of fentanyl in from China and Mexico.
It's really hitting our young people, our young adults, very hard because they're buying what they think is something online. How do you even do that? But and it ends up being laced with fentanyl, and
That's correct.
and it's killing them. I mean, somebody rented a VRBO in Florida the last few months, and I guess whoever was there before them left pills there, and the kids took it and died.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, come on. Don't take something you don't know what it is.
That's exactly right.
I barely take aspirin, so, I have to
Bianca, that was a great opinion, and it's something that I'm sure all of us have talked about is this fentanyl and opioid crisis that's in America right now, and I really don't see it being taken care of till they shut off the border.
I don't either.
That's just my honest opinion.
It's just getting, well, in fact, Lindsey Graham and who's the other one is introducing a bill saying that we need to put military force down on there and take care of it. I can't remember the other person.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Thank
and
you,
I think that's
Bianca.
really what needs to happen.
That was a very good observation. Now, let's go to another one. Victor Slater, said it's the snowflake liberals. And I'm not so sure I don't disagree with that either.
Well, I mean, you got to define, and the snowflake liberals is Democrat, and there are many good Democrats out there. But there are those that are so far to the left that's what makes it snowflakey.
And, the silent majority is really silent because it's really a minority of people that are doing all the protesting, all of the complaining, getting things changed, getting the president to change his mind and do things. They're making them listen, whereas us, the silent majority of people in this great country, we haven't spoken out.
Yeah, but I think we're starting to be not so silent. They've got many of these religious marches now that are going on all over the place that started at, what was the college?
Oh, Hillsdale.
No, one Hillsdale. But anyway, but a lot are starting to rise up, and we need. I mean, and it's Democrats and Republicans. It's everybody.
It's everybody.
I mean, it's you just have like a 1% of the population in America that's in this far, far left bubble that's controlling everything.
Yeah. my old buddy and former broadcast partner, JT Pappy. Terry. Just put it bluntly. Just put it bluntly. It's our current administration. And he's absolutely right.
Well, yeah, it is. And, I've always tried to be respectful of our president, whoever it is, and abide by his laws and policies. But this is just damaging
It's
everybody.
gotten out of hand. And, of course, Joe Biden, when he came into office, he did away with every Trump policy, including stay in Mexico. He stopped the fence from being built and having a relatively secure border to having one that's wide open.
Yeah, and now it's even starting to affect the northern border.
Yes.
And they don't have enough border
Patrol
agents up there, so they're having starting to have an issue there. So now they're not coming just from the south; they're coming from the north too.
Absolutely.
So I think Biden is considering reversing one of those policies that Trump had in place.
I wished he would. I wished he would. Hey, if you're just joining us, what we're doing is reading some of the opinions that you, our viewers, have sent in to us concerning the question, what do you think is the biggest obstacle facing your community or our country today?
Yeah. So, uh,
Frank.
Frank, I was skipping one. Sorry. Frank Edgar replied, he says it's to man people.
It's too many people.
Oh, too.
Yeah,
It
it's my
says
type,
man.
my typographical
He says
error.
too many people and not enough ranch land. He says when I moved to DFW, the population was 2 million. Now houses all in a row stand where cattle used to graze.
And he's right. He's absolutely
That's-
correct.
it is.
Look at our neighborhood that we're living in right now. That used to be complete pasture land.
Yes.
And I don't know. He's absolutely right. Frank is an old, he grew up a rancher with his dad. So I'm sure it's killing him to see all the ranch land go away. So
Yeah,
Frank,
that's-
I'm right there with you,
yeah.
brother. I really
I've
am.
seen a lot of people comment on Nextdoor saying that, they moved here to be out away from the city. Well, not anymore. Not in our area. It's growing so fast.
He really
And
is.
I heard there's a new warehouse being brought to Texas. Who was it?
Car part
Car Park. Yeah, they're building
from Detroit.
1 million, Dearborn, 1 million square foot warehouse. It's going to go up somewhere around Alliance.
Yeah.
And so
A
that
million
so
plus square feet.
there you go.
warehouse.
You got that, and
Wow.
their employees will probably be relocating, and so it just keeps
Growing and growing.
growing and growing. Yeah.
Joe Mayberry wrote in to tell us, in his opinion, that it is the drugs, the mental illness, and gun violence. They go hand in hand.
Right.
And he's right. If
Well,
you
it
if you
is.
stop and think about it, all these people that are committing mass shootings, it's always reported that they had a history of mental illness.
And that's true for I mean, who does that? It doesn't even cross my mind.
Well, my whole thing is anyone that has been diagnosed with mental illness anytime in their life should have something.
Your phone is ringing.
Well, something.
I'm going to cut it off.
Yeah, to have something in their history or their records to show that they had mental illness and not give them a license or ability to buy a gun.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
I'm sorry, I was turning your phone off. What did you say? Was it the credit
Forgot to
card?
turn it off. No, no, I was just saying that those that have had a history of mental illness, it should be a record somewhere that when they're doing background checks, that they're not able to buy or purchase a gun.
Right. But you don't want to infringe on the Second Amendment right. And we learned yesterday or today that the credit card companies and the banks are going to start tagging people that buy guns or even ammo probably on their credit cards that they are gun owners. And all that to me is just taking a list of people so that when they get to the point, if they get to the point of confiscating guns, they'll know where to go.
Yeah.
And to me, that's an infringement of our Second Right Amendment.
Well, it's an infringement on all of our rights
Our rights.
altogether.
Right. And but he is right. I mean, gun violence is bad, but the unfortunate thing, it's guns in criminal hands.
Yes.
Not in the normal gun owners that follows the rules.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can take every
I couldn't
gun away.
agree with that more. I mean, those that are responsible people that own or carry guns with a carry permit, they're always responsible. They never pull a gun out unless they feel threatened or a situation.
And you should absolutely have
calls
the right
for
to
it.
do that.
Yeah.
To defend yourself or to defend your property.
That is correct. That's exactly what the
That's what the
Constitution says. So let's take a look at what Darlene Edgar says. She says that they're building houses and apartments where they can find land. They're cutting down our trees, and it's windy, where we used to not get any wind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, really.
I mean, hers goes along with Frank's.
Yes.
In what they're saying. They moved out here a long time ago where they, you know, have watched all of this change in North Fort Worth or Tarrant County.
Well, trees do act as a good barrier
Well,
against
sure.
wind.
Sure it does. And now it is very windy.
Yeah.
And well, we're getting into the
Well,
windy
there's
one.
no breaks,
There's
no wind breaks.
Yep, yep. So
And finally,
I said,
yeah, tell us what you said.
I said that for in our community of Lake Worth, that a lot of our obstacles is the homeless population that has picked up around the Lake Worth, Saginaw area. And we see so many of those people. I don't want to call them just those people because God bless them. They got to be struggling with something. And, you know, I can't give money to every single one of them, but it has increased even since we've been here.
Correct. And we've been here 8 years.
Yeah, and we see them all the time, and my heart goes out to them, and I'm just so sorry for their struggles that they go through each and every day. But I think,
Yeah, and here again, if I may interject my opinion, here we have our country sending billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, whereas we could use that money to help these homeless people. Many of them are vets,
yes,
and that's what rubs my craw so raw sometimes, is that we have military veterans that serve this great country
yeah,
that are out on the street now. For some reason, something happened to them. Either they got hooked on drugs while they were being treated for injuries or stuff like that. Something happened. We should be investing that money into our homeless people and help them get back to becoming productive people again.
Well, I'm going to say our problem here is not near as bad as it is in California, San Francisco,
San
Seattle,
Francisco, Los
Portland.
Angeles,
I
yes.
mean, all of those totally blue states that's totally run by one party, they haven't come up with any solutions to that, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're allowing drug use on the streets and all of that stuff.
I couldn't agree more. Well, we thank you very much for taking time out to visit our website and give us your opinion on the question that we answered. Be watching because we're going to be asking more questions coming up in the future.
Yeah.
Because we love to hear from you. It's your opinion. Everyone has opinion. Whether we agree with it or we disagree with it, we respect it. So be watching. We'll be posting more questions on there, and we'll do another all-around town
We respect
segment.
your opinion as long as you respect ours, and that's how it should be all the
should be,
time. You shouldn't
absolutely.
get your little panties all in a wad because somebody doesn't like what you're talking about. Just saying.
And that's the problem we're facing today.
I mean, people get their panties all in a wad. I mean, really. They get all bowed up and
I'm getting her countrified. That's a great, that's a great
I'm
country
just
saying.
saying. If you don't like what somebody says, well, just go on about yourself.
That's true. Well, thank you very much for doing that. And we'll do it again. It's always a lot of fun to hear from you folks and to read the opinions that you share on our Facebook group page. Hey, we got some interesting things coming up this weekend.
I got a couple of things. They're not free things to attend. So the first one is they've got this weekend is the crawfish boil. It is sponsored by the Elks Lodge in Grapevine. It is on 909 Bush Hong. That's funny. Bushong Road in Grapevine. And it is a cost. I think it's $40 for non-elk members to attend. And
That's
it
for all
starts
you
at
can eat.
And
Yeah.
it's all you can eat. It's from 11 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. on March the 11th.
It's this coming Saturday, so if you
you know,
like good
yeah,
crawfish,
and you know St. Patrick's Day is coming up a week from tomorrow, which is our grandson's birthday too.
absolutely.
And we will not be having a show next Thursday, if I understand correctly. Anyway, and so it's the St. Patrick's Day bar crawl. And it starts at the Whiskey Gardens in downtown Fort Worth. And I do know the prices range anywhere from $17 to $25 approximately. And the date on that is March 11th, and it starts at 4 p.m. and it goes till 12 a.m. the next day. But I'm thinking, do you crawl those bars all night? Or what? I mean, I'm just saying.
It'll be an absolute adventure.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm Scotch Irish, so, you know, and so is Jack. But, you know, I couldn't crawl a bar that long. I mean,
Not in my age anymore.
I might could have, you know,
You'll
years ago.
excuse our dog barking. Our puppy just has to interject her
She's chiming
opinion
in.
once in a while.
So that's what's going on. We found it. Also, I'll let you do this one.
Yeah, our good friend Doug Caldwell, who is a member of the
Shriners.
Yeah, they have their 8th annual Masla Patrol Sporting Clay Tournament. Now, that's coming up pretty soon. Maybe you can read that date for me because I can't see it that far.
It's March 24th, and you'll need to register, and they're looking for teams
And they're looking for sponsors.
and
yeah.
sponsors, and you need to contact Alan Seymour at 817-879-7860 or email him at allanseymour@gmail.com to enter or sponsor.
Yeah, they say there's always a tremendous turnout.
Yeah, it's a lot. They say it's a lot of fun.
And
Doug's
tremendous
wife-
fun.
Yeah, Doug's wife, Melinda, she's
She
part
loves
of
it,
and
yes.
she shoots. So she's a cowgirl.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she is. She sure is.
Yeah.
But that's some of the things going on this weekend. We want to welcome in our new members and say hello to all of those out in Emory and Rains County who are watching our program. The Rains Lady Wildcats are going for a 3rd state softball title this year in the last 4 years.
That's right. Well, I don't keep up
And
with them.
a little history there for you. The Rains Lady Wildcats was the first team in the history of that school, which dates back, way back, to win a state title. So congratulations, girls. We want to encourage you to get out and watch them if you have a chance there in Emory at Rains High School.
Absolutely.
So anyway, congratulations. It's always been a lot of fun for us to come in and visit with you. If you'd like to join us, it's very simple. Or if you have a friend that you'd like to turn on to this, have them go on our Facebook group page. It's so simple. All you have to do, if you're on Facebook, is just hit search, go up to the search bar, type in Powered Up and Plugged In, and it will take you to our site. You click on it, and you're there. You see what's going on. You can see our latest shows. You can see any questions that we're going to be asking in the future that you want to take a part of. But most of all, click and become a member. It's absolutely free, and it gives you an opportunity to keep up with what's going on in our community. And there's another way.
They can also reach us on our email at pluggedin2024@gmail.com, and pluggedin2024 is all one word. And I also want to mention that you can also view our podcast on our real estate
Real estate what?
website. Oh my
Website,
gosh, I
yes.
just had a senior moment. And that's palmorealestate.com.
Yep.
So you can reach us there as well.
It's been a lot of fun this week. I know we ran a little bit over, but we wanted to make sure that we got in all of the opinions that you had voiced to us. Until we see you next time, everybody, have a great weekend. Be kind to one another. If you're new to the area, you're looking for a church, the Fellowship Lighthouse Church that we attend is always welcoming new people in, and it's always a lot of fun.
Join us for the 11 o'clock service. They're trying to grow that service, and
Yeah,
that's the one we go to, except not this Sunday.
and it's always a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Till we see you next time, may God bless you. God bless our great country, and be kind to one another.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Free. And we'll see you next time right here on Powered Up and Plugged In. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.